I woke up to a text message from my mom at 2 in the morning. The screen glowed in my dark bedroom and my heart started racing before I even read the words. It was short, cold, almost businesslike. "We need to talk about your account." I stared at those 6 words, feeling something twist in my gut. I had always been the good son, the one who worked hard, saved every dollar, never asked for anything. I thought my family understood that. I thought they respected the sacrifices I made. I never imagined that message would mark the beginning of the biggest betrayal of my life. Before I tell you what happened next, I would love to know where you are watching this from. Drop your city or country in the comments below. If you have ever felt undervalued by your own family, hit that like button. And subscribe, because trust me, you will want to hear how this story ends. Now let me take you back to where it all started. I grew up in a middle-class family in Texas. My dad worked as an accountant at a local firm, crunching numbers from 9 to 5. My mom was a nurse at the county hospital, working long shifts that left her exhausted but proud. Then there was my sister Sarah, 3 years younger than me, and from the moment she could walk, it was clear she was the golden child. New toys appeared in her room like magic. Her closet overflowed with clothes that still had tags on them. Family vacations were planned around her school schedule, her interests, her dreams. Me, I started delivering newspapers when I was 15. I would wake up at 5:30 in the morning, ride my bike through our neighborhood in the freezing cold, toss rolled-up papers onto porches, then rush home to shower and get ready for school. After school, I worked at the corner grocery store stocking shelves and ringing up customers until closing time. My parents never told me I had to work. They just never offered me the same things they gave Sarah. I did not complain. I thought that was what big brothers did. We were supposed to be tougher, more independent, more capable of handling life on our own. I studied hard, kept my grades high, and earned a full scholarship to the University of Texas. I graduated with a degree in computer science, surviving on instant noodles and library coffee, working part-time jobs between classes to cover what the scholarship did not. I was proud of myself. I thought my parents were proud too. They came to my graduation, took pictures, smiled for the camera. But I noticed they did not frame any of those photos. Sarah's high school graduation photo hung in the living room. Mine went into a drawer somewhere. After college, I landed a job as a software engineer at a growing startup in Austin. The offer was $75,000 a year, more money than I had ever imagined making. I felt like I had finally made it. But I did not let success change my habits. I rented a small bedroom in an apartment with 2 roommates. I cooked my meals at home, packed lunches for work, took the bus instead of buying a car. Every month, I transferred $2,000 into my savings account at Wells Fargo. My goal was simple: buy a house before I turned 30, build financial stability, never struggle the way I watched my parents struggle. The savings account was mine, opened with my own money, built with my own sweat. But my mom convinced me to add her name to it. She sat me down one Sunday afternoon, her hand on mine, her voice soft and loving. "Dean, honey," she said, "if something ever happens to you, I need to know where your money is. Just in case. Just so I can take care of you." It made sense at the time. Parents worry. I signed the paperwork adding her as a joint account holder. It was supposed to be for emergencies only. 4 years passed. Every month, like clockwork, $2,000 went into that account. After rent, food, utilities, and basic expenses, I lived on what was left. I watched that balance grow. $96,000. I was so close to my dream. So close to putting a down payment on a house, to having something that was truly mine. I felt proud every time I checked the balance. I imagined walking through the door of my own home, keys in hand, knowing I had earned every square foot of it. Then came the phone call on a Friday night. I was microwaving leftover pasta, scrolling through house listings on my laptop when my phone rang. Mom. Her voice was cheerful, almost sing-song. "Dean, honey, Mom has some wonderful news." I smiled, expecting to hear about a promotion at the hospital. or maybe a vacation she and Dad were planning. Instead, she told me Sarah had just gotten engaged to her boyfriend Marcus, a sales manager at a furniture company. They wanted to buy a house together, start their life as a married couple. "You know how tough the housing market is right now?" "Right," Mom asked. I did know. I'd been watching prices climb for months, feeling my dreams slip further away. "Yeah, Mom, I have been looking at houses myself, actually," I replied. There was a pause. Then she continued. "Well, Sarah and Marcus found a perfect starter home. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, nice neighborhood in the suburbs. The thing is, they need help with the down payment." My stomach tightened. I knew where this was going. "How much are they short?" I asked, trying to keep my voice neutral. "About 20,000. Your father and I can chip in 10. We were hoping you could lend Sarah 10 as well, just temporarily until they get back on their feet." $10,000. That was 5 months of savings. 5 months of eating ramen, skipping social events, walking instead of taking Ubers. "Mom, I am saving for my own house. That is a lot of money," I said carefully. Her tone shifted, turning cooler. "Dean, she is your sister. Family helps family. We helped you through college, did we not?" The guilt hit me like a punch. Except they had not really helped me through college. I had a scholarship. They gave me maybe $2,000 total over 4 years. But I did not correct her. I never did. I agreed to lend Sarah $10,000, but I asked for a written agreement, something that said she would pay me back. Mom laughed, actually laughed. "Oh, Dean, do not be so formal. We are family." I felt uneasy, but I transferred the money anyway. I told myself Sarah would pay me back. She was getting married, starting a stable life. Of course she would. But something in my chest felt heavy, like a warning I did not want to hear. 3 months went by. I barely heard from Sarah or my parents. No updates on the house, no mention of repayment. I focused on work, got assigned to a major project, and pushed the whole thing to the back of my mind. Then, one Saturday morning, I sat down with my laptop to update my budget and calculate how much longer I needed to save before I could make an offer on a house I had been watching. I logged into my Wells Fargo account. The page loaded. I blinked at the screen, sure I had made a mistake. The balance read $4,200. I refreshed the page. Same number. I refreshed again. My hands started shaking. I grabbed my phone and called the bank, navigating through the automated system until I reached a real person. "Yes, sir." The customer service representative said, her voice calm and professional. There was a large withdrawal. 3 months ago for $91,800. My heart stopped. 91,000. That was almost everything. "Who authorized this?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "The joint account holder, a Mrs. Patricia Anderson." "My mother." I thanked the representative and hung up. I sat there staring at my phone, my mind racing. Then I called my mom. She answered on the 3rd ring, her voice bright. "Dean, how are you, sweetheart?" "Mom, what happened to my savings account? There is only 4,000 left." Silence. Long, heavy silence. Then, "Oh, Dean, I was going to tell you." My blood turned cold. "Tell me what? Where is my money?" She took a breath, and when she spoke, her voice was calm, almost rehearsed. Sarah and Marcus did not just need $10,000 for the down payment. They found a much better house, a bigger one in a nicer area. They needed $100,000 total. Your father and I talked about it, and we decided to use your savings to help them. We knew you would understand. Sarah is getting married. She needs this more than you right now. I could not breathe. "You took $91,000 from my account without asking me?" I said, my voice rising. "Dean, do not be so selfish," she said, her tone sharp now. "You are single. You live in a tiny apartment with roommates anyway. What do you need a house for? Sarah is starting a family. This is what family does." "That was my money," I said, each word forced through clenched teeth. "I worked for 4 years to save that." My dad's voice came through the speaker. She had put me on speakerphone. "Son, you need to calm down. We are your parents. We know what is best for this family." "Best for Sarah," he meant. "When you get married someday, we will help you too," Mom added. "With what?" I shot back. "You just gave away everything I had." "You are being dramatic," Dad said, his voice hard. "You have a good job. You can save again." I felt rage, betrayal, heartbreak all crashing over me at once. "Does Sarah know about this?" I asked. "Of course she does," Mom said. "She is very grateful." "Did she ask you to do this?" Silence again. Then Dad said it was a family decision. That was when I understood. They had planned this. All three of them. They sat around a table, discussed taking my life savings, and executed the plan without a second thought about me. I got in my car that night and drove 3 hours from Austin to Houston to my parents' house. I did not call ahead. When I walked through the front door, they were all having dinner. Mom, Dad, Sarah, and Marcus. They looked up when I entered Forks, frozen in midair. "So, you got your dream house," I said, looking directly at Sarah. She could not meet my eyes. "Dean, Mom and Dad wanted to help us," she stammered. "Help you with my money," I said. Marcus stood up, his chest puffed out. "Hey man, do not talk to my fiancé like that." I turned to him, my voice ice cold. "You stay out of this. This is family business." Dad pushed his chair back, standing. "Dean, enough. What is done is done. You need to accept it and move on." Move on. Like I had not just lost 4 years of my life. Move on. "You stole from me," I said. "We did not steal," Mom said, her voice rising. "You are our son. What is yours is the family's." Sarah started crying, tears running down her face. "Dean, why are you being so mean? I thought you would be happy for me." I looked around the table at these people who were supposed to love me, and I felt like I was in a nightmare. They were making me the villain. Dad pointed at Sarah. "Look what you did. You made your sister cry on one of the happiest times of her life." I realized then that I could not win this argument. Not here, not with them. "I want my money back," I said quietly. Mom laughed a short, bitter sound. "With what money, Dean? The house is already purchased. The money is gone." Those words, "the money is gone," felt like a knife twisting in my chest. I turned and walked out without saying goodbye. I drove back to Austin in silence. No music, no podcasts. Just the hum of the highway and my own thoughts. I expected to feel anger, maybe grief. Instead, I felt something strange. Clarity. Cold, sharp clarity. My family had never really valued me. I had been the ATM, the backup plan, the reliable one who would always bend. But there was something they did not know. Something I had kept to myself. 2 years earlier, my startup offered employees the chance to buy company stock at a discount. It was risky. Startups fail all the time. But I believed in what we were building. I took $15,000 from a work bonus and bought shares. I did not tell anyone. Not my roommates, not my friends, and definitely not my family. 6 months after I bought in, a major tech corporation acquired us. My shares increased in value by 12 times overnight. I had $180,000 sitting in a brokerage account that nobody knew existed. I also had $25,000 in my retirement account and another $10,000 in a separate emergency fund at a different bank. My family thought they had broken me, left me with nothing. In reality, I had over $200,000 in assets they knew nothing about. For the first time in days, I smiled. They had no idea. I made a decision right then. I would not tell them. Let them think I was struggling, barely scraping by. I wanted to see what they would do next, how they would treat me now that they believed I had nothing. The answer came faster than I expected. 2 weeks later, I received an invitation to Sarah's wedding. The card was thick, expensive, embossed with gold lettering. I decided to go. I wanted to see them celebrate with money they had stolen from me. At the wedding, relatives congratulated Sarah on her new house. Mom beamed, accepting compliments. "Yes, We helped them with the down payment. Family takes care of family, she said to my aunt. My aunt turned to me. And you? Dean, when are you going to buy a house? Before I could answer, Mom jumped in. Oh, Dean is still saving. He is taking his time. Sarah added, smiling sweetly, Yeah, Dean is being super careful with his money these days. Marcus chuckled. Nothing wrong with being frugal, man. They were mocking me, subtly but deliberately. Dad patted my shoulder. Do not worry, son, maybe in a few more years. I just smiled. Yeah, maybe. 1 month after the wedding, I bought a house. Not a starter home. A 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house with a backyard and a 2-car garage in a gated community. The price was $385,000. I put down $200,000, leaving me with a manageable mortgage of $185,000 that my salary could easily cover. I did not call my parents. I did not post about it on social media. I just moved in and started living my life. 3 months passed. I furnished the house slowly, carefully choosing pieces I loved instead of rushing. One Saturday, I was at a furniture store picking out a dining table when one of my mom's friends, Mrs. Henderson, spotted me. Dean, dear, are you buying furniture for a new place? She asked. I smiled. Yes, ma'am, just got a house a few months back. Her eyes widened. Oh, how wonderful, your mother must be so proud. I knew what was coming. Sure enough, that evening my phone rang. Mom. Her voice was sharp, confused, angry. Dean, Mrs. Henderson said she saw you buying furniture for a new house. Is that true? Yes. Mom, I bought a house 2 months ago, I said calmly. What? How you told us you had no money left. I laughed, actually laughed. I never said that. You said I had no money. I just did not correct you. Where did you get the money? She demanded. I had other savings you did not know about. Savings in accounts that did not have your name on them. The silence on the other end was deafening. Then, why did you not tell us? Why would I replied, so you could take that money too. Dad grabbed the phone. Dean, that is disrespectful. No, Dad. I said, my voice steady. What is disrespectful is stealing $91,000 from your own son. Sarah's voice came through tearful. Dean, can I come see your house? No, Sarah, I said. You have your own house now, the one you bought with my money. I hung up. Over the next 6 months, I received countless messages. Mom texted, Dean, honey, we need to talk. Dad emailed, son, you are being childish. Family is forever. Sarah sent a card that read, I am sorry if you feel hurt. I hope we can move past this. I did not respond to any of them. Instead, I focused on my life. I got promoted to senior software engineer. My salary jumped to $115,000 a year. I started dating Jessica, a kind elementary school teacher I met at a coffee shop. She had warm eyes and a laugh that made everything feel lighter. When I finally told her about my family, she held my hand and said, They do not deserve you. It was the first time someone had truly seen me. During those months, I heard through mutual acquaintances that Sarah and Marcus were struggling. Marcus lost his job. They were having trouble making mortgage payments. Mom called one last time. Dean, your sister needs help. I took a breath. She has you and Dad. I'm sure you will figure it out. Then I hung up and blocked their numbers. A year later, Jessica and I got engaged. We planned a small wedding, just close friends, people who actually cared about us. I did not send invitations to my parents or Sarah. Mom found out somehow and sent a text before I blocked her. Dean, we are your family. How can you not invite us to your wedding? I replied once my final message to them. You made it clear that family means taking advantage of each other. I want to start my own family with different values. The wedding was beautiful, simple, honest, filled with people who loved us for who we were. Jessica's parents welcomed me like a son, asked about my work, celebrated my achievements. I realized what I had been missing my entire life. Real family is not about blood. It is about respect, support, and genuine care. After the wedding, Jessica and I moved to Colorado for a new job opportunity. The tech company there offered me a position as a lead developer with a salary of $140,000 a year. I sold the house in Austin and made a $60,000 profit. I put that money into an investment account planning for the future for the children Jessica and I talked about having someday. I changed my phone number, I deleted my old social media accounts and started fresh. I did not do it out of anger. I did it for peace. I needed to build a life free from people who saw me as a resource instead of a person. Now I sit in my home office in Colorado, looking out at the Rocky Mountains. Jessica is in the kitchen making dinner. I can hear her humming, and it makes me smile. I think about my journey sometimes, about the night I discovered my savings were gone, about the moment I realized my family had betrayed me. I will not lie and say it does not hurt. There are days when I wonder if my parents ever regretted what they did, if Sarah ever truly understood the pain she caused. But those thoughts come less often now. I have learned that some people will never see their own wrongdoing. They will justify, rationalize, and blame everyone but themselves. My parents believed they were helping Sarah, that family resources should go to whoever needed them most, regardless of who earned them. They never stopped to think about what they were teaching me. That hard work does not matter. That sacrifice is for suckers. That being reliable makes you a target. I learned different lessons. I learned that trust is fragile and precious. I learned that setting boundaries is not selfish, it is survival. I learned that walking away from toxicity, even when it wears the face of family, is sometimes the bravest thing you can do. Most importantly, I learned that you can build your own family, choose your own people, and create a life filled with genuine love. Jessica and I are expecting our first child in a few months. A daughter. We have already decided how we will raise her. We will teach her that love is not transactional. We will show her that family means supporting each other without keeping score. We will make sure she knows that her worth is not measured by what she can give us, but by who she is as a person. She will never question whether we value her. She will never feel like the backup plan. Sometimes people ask if I ever think about reaching out to my parents about forgiving them and moving forward. The truth is, I have forgiven them. Not for their sake, but for mine. I do not carry anger anymore. But forgiveness does not mean reconciliation. It does not mean giving people another chance to hurt you. It means releasing the weight so you can move forward freely. I have moved forward. I have built something beautiful from the ashes of that betrayal. My parents thought taking my money would break me. They thought I would come crawling back desperate and dependent, willing to accept whatever scraps of affection they offered. Instead, it freed me. It showed me exactly who they were and what I meant to them. That clarity, as painful as it was, became the foundation of my new life. And that is something they will never understand. So here is my question for you. Have you ever had to walk away from family for your own peace? Have you ever been betrayed by the people who were supposed to protect you? Drop your story in the comments. I would love to hear how you found your way through. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs to hear that it is okay to choose yourself. And subscribe for more real stories about life, family, and finding your own path. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it reminds you that your worth is not determined by how others treat you. You deserve respect, honesty, and love. Never settle for less. Take care of yourselves, and remember, sometimes the best thing you can do is build your own table instead of begging for a seat at someone else's.